I bought her a bottle of water in Guadalajara. Slide job 1, 2. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 1 of your Speedway Sessions. I am your host, Robbie DeVore, the voice of Mansfield Speedway, and I'm joined today by our co-host, Caleb Burns. We got him in the building. How you doing, Caleb?
I'm doing phenomenal. How about yourself, Robbie?
I am outstanding, and we have two wonderful guests tonight on episode 1. We have the Commander-in-Chief, the owner, the purchaser of Mansfield Speedway himself, Matt Tifft, on the couch tonight.
Hi.
How we doing, Mr. Tifft?
I am good. Did you hear all that applause?
I did. It was great.
That's
Thank
all
you.
for you.
I'm surprised we didn't. And we also got your lovely wife with us today, Mrs. Tifft in the building, Jordan Tifft.
Hello.
How are you doing today, ma'am?
Great, happy to be here.
That's outstanding. We've had a long day at work today, a lot of meetings, but now we got to get yapping on the microphone. So, Mr. Tifft, what's it like to be Mr. Tifft here on the podcast for the first time?
What's it like to be Mr. Tifft here?
Right now, yeah.
Right now. Well, it feels like nobody can pull me away for about 17,000 of their problems. So it feels like a safe space. We'll just say that.
Aww.
So
Okay.
Yeah, no, that feels good. That feels good.
That feels great. And I will also shelve my problems that I have, and I'll just go ahead and bring them to your attention tomorrow.
Or just after the show.
After the show.
Yeah.
Works for me.
Yeah, perfect.
All right, Caleb Burns, put this place together. It looks great, buddy. It looks great.
It's cool. It's cool. I'm kind of tired. I've pulled so much crap out of here and put all these pieces together, and now we're here. Now we just get to talk. It's great. And hopefully no one knocks anything over, or I might kill him.
You know who's going to
Leon.
knock something over? Leon.
Leon. Yeah. Yeah,
For
Leon.
those of you who are new to this, Leon is our social media manager, a.k.a. everybody's stepchild here. Robbie, can you give everybody a rundown on Leon because he is your butt buddy?
Butt buddy, receiver on the other end, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. No, Leon's a guy. He's a brand new boy. We have all we've all taken part in, I believe Mrs. Tifft earlier said, partial custody of Mr. Leon. I think we all have something that we can add valuable to his repertoire in becoming a big boy out here. At,
Unfortunately,
Mansfield
I
Speedway.
can't claim him on my taxes, so he's kind of SOL.
I think I got an accountant that might be able to work that in my taxes, so I might be able to work something out there. That was perfect. Taylor Ruiz on the buttons tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and make some noise for Taylor Ruiz, our producer tonight. Gonna be pulling things up on the screen.
I really love this 70s sitcom. Was the laugh track, claps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. It feels like an episode of Will and Grace
Why
here
do
or
you have,
something.
can you tell us why you have your sunglasses on, Robbie?
You know what? Honestly, Mrs. Tift, this is how I announce even in the dark up there in the tower. So this is kind of just what I do.
Is that like troubling for you? Can you see the cars at night?
I can see everything, but when I'm hidden behind these, it makes it feel like nobody can see me. So I can get more into the zone.
Do you have stage fright?
I do, but I power through. I do. I power
Wow.
through. Yeah.
I didn't know
Really,
that.
stage fright.
I do have stage fright, yeah.
When did you notice you had stage fright?
Well-
What's that experience like?
When I was a boy, I've been working on this my entire life, and I've just now been able to get in front of people and scream productively, make sense in front of people. So public speaking was never my thing, and I brute force went into it, and now I wear sunglasses and look ridiculous on screen. So
Yeah. All right, well, let's give the people a little bit of what they...
We should input that little the video character version of Robbie where he's dancing in our promo video with his sunglasses on.
Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo. I like that. I wish I had hair for that.
Yeah, sure.
No.
Okay.
Now, before we get into this, right? Everyone's heard you on a podcast before, right? You've been on
Everybody, every single
Everywhere.
person, anywhere, everywhere.
millions.
He's so
Millions of- you are so
popular.
famous.
Especially in Los Angeles and New York City.
So you're basically a mechanic, right?
Oh, yeah, bad one. A really bad one. I'm a bad one. A bad
So everyone knows you.
The hell is that? Taylor, get off the button, damn it.
Okay,
Why are you depressed
but
back there?
before
Somebody
we-
check on Taylor.
Before we go into this, all right. So 60 seconds. Who is Matt Tifft?
Why are you hitting me with the hard one right away?
It's the hard one, man.
Oh, that's the hardest
Race
one.
car
Okay,
driver.
Okay. So
NASCAR background.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
a
okay.
touch for the people, right? Because we feel like people have probably heard, we've heard your story a lot, and we've heard it on multiple different podcasts. People can go out there and find it. We're hopping in. It's episode 1 here at Mansfield Speedway, but I am just genuinely curious on that that short tidbit of like, you know, if your life was flashing before your eyes, who would people see Matt Tifft as? Like, what was that for you?
Okay.
Or is
So
that
let me
for
just ask you one question on this, though.
Okay.
Do you want the career version, or do you want the how I see myself as? Because those are two mixed or different things. Because I mean,
I feel that, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I
I
mean.
can read you what ChatGPT described him as.
Ooh, the Google, the ChatGPT, the internet.
Yeah, because
I want to know you personally. Let's start there. Not race career. I want who's what's
okay.
Matt Tifft?
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, you know, I grew up always a very shy and quiet kid. My parents kind of told me that I was born 30, so I was very serious. I didn't really like click with a lot of classmates and stuff because I was always just like very focused and driven, and was never like the one to go goof around or anything. People always said I was very smart, but I wasn't like the smartest kid in class by any means. But I was just like, I mean, you guys have probably seen it. Like Robbie, I know you kind of comment on it. Like I'm just very. It might look like I'm pissed off or stressed or whatever around here, but like I'm very goal oriented. Like I just want to get to a certain point and get things done and go. But as time has gone on, like I've learned to loosen up and realize like, from some of my health things I've gone through, from brain tumors and epilepsy and divorce and remarrying, and, you know, now with Jordan here having our son Camden. And I think just through life, I've evolved to become a person that has become very appreciative of the things that I have been able to do. And from some of those medical things I've gone through as well, I've really gotten to learn to enjoy people, which is an interesting thing because I think we're in this era where everybody hates people, and people, of course, can be annoying sometimes. But, you know, where I've really gotten this passion for helping out people in need, right? And so I love to put smiles on people's faces, especially when they're passionate about things. And, you know, really like for this entire thing here at the Mansfield Speedway, you know, as a racer myself, I think that passion really came from my dad. And a lot of my childhood memories were going to the track with my dad. And so that whole career was really spawned off of an interest in racing and a want and a desire to get involved in it just from playing NASCAR Racing 2003 on a video game. And that was like my whole childhood was trying to get involved in it and having Jeff Gordon diecast cars and watching it every Sunday with him and going to Homestead Miami Speedway. And so, you know, a lot of this, you know, I was able to go and make a career in the NASCAR Cup Series and eventually own a NASCAR Cup Series team and sell it and all that stuff. And you can look up and down on Google and see what I was involved in and what I did and didn't do. But it was a really cool thing to come back from North Carolina after being there for 10 years and move to Cleveland. I grew up in Hinckley, so only 30 minutes away from my childhood home. And then to find this place and have a chance to give it a second or third or fourth or 10th chance or whatever the heck it's on now, but to give it new life and really give an entire community a chance and put smiles and hope on people's faces. And I've always loved the Ohio mentality. That's always kind of felt like home to me. And just the people's passion here, because most people don't give this area a chance and don't reinvest in this area. And I'm just really thankful for all the crap that I've been through in my life, which is actually a lot of it, even though I've been very fortunate, the things I've been put into and been able to been blessed with. But at the same time, you know, without that, I'm not here in this position today to be appreciative of those situations. And, you know, it's been able to put me in a spot to where I can actually go lead a team and have good people relationships and be able to get through hard things, because I think dealing with stress and compartmentalizing things now for whether it's a health department thing or a building code thing, or if it's a building a grandstand here, whatever. Jordan famously says this all the time. Look, guys, we're not saving lives. You know, we're trying to build a racetrack or building a structure or doing this. So while things do get stressful, yes, you know, I remember being hooked up to in a hospital bed, you know, not knowing if I was going to go wake up or not at some point, and but still having so many people rallying around me and stuff. So I guess when you ask me, you know, who am I think it's a very long and mixed story, and I don't quite know the answer to that, but I just know that my story is one of a crap load of ups and downs, and I'm just very thankful to the point of where I've gotten to here today. So
Nice.
yeah.
You know what the cool thing is about this too is all of that you say, you have your own podcast room now that we could break into all of those topics
Yeah,
in multiple
yeah.
different episodes at different points in time. But it's a cool space now because now you get to dive into other drivers, and I'm actually really curious on this too. Like, over the next year, if there's a guest that you specifically are like, oh, I'm actually really hyped to bring them in here, bring them on the podcast, talk with them, and hear a bit about their story.
Guest on my podcast.
Exactly.
Right.
I don't know if I have anyone like top of mind.
Yeah, the one right now I really want to talk to is, and T and I have talked back and forth about doing a show together. I think right now, if I were to do it, it'd be virtually, but I really would love to bring him out here to come check out the facility and everything. And that would be Mark Martin.
Oh,
and,
my gosh.
I think that would be super special. So he and I have talked about doing a podcast together, but obviously he is an incredible driver. His son, Matt, is a historian of the sport. And speaking of history of the sport, I want to put this out there for a lot of people who do not know this yet, but we are working on a little project, and I don't know how much you guys know about this either.
Oh, this is like
Yeah.
this is proprietary
so we
information.
are quietly and slowly working on plans to try and bring the Ohio Racing Hall of Fame here to the Mansfield Speedway.
Interesting. Wow.
For the listeners who are not aware, we have 180 acres of like an open sandbox essentially. So there's room for whatever we want, which is really cool. I don't think that a lot of other facilities have the sprawling land that we do. So we have the room to put on something like that.
But again, going back to being brought up in basically my whole life being racing, it would mean so much to me to be able to carry that on from not only the racing we put on here, but to pay homage to those who started this back in the 19 teens, 20s, 30s, up until now, and for future generations to come. So that is a bit of breaking news out of Matt's idea and brain, and Aaron Fry, who runs the Fast series, and I have talked about that a little bit. And I don't know if I was allowed to say that or not, but
You heard it here first.
yeah. But it's certainly something that I'm really excited to explore. And so we're probably going to set up some 501c3 stuff and try to get some donors on board to explore this idea more. Listen, it's probably going to be a 3 to 5 year process for buildings and getting donor, cars and vehicles and all those kind of things together on there. But we're one of the very few states in the country that does not have its own Racing Hall of Fame. But that is one of the parts here that I want to leave for the legacy of the track. Not only making this a historical landmark in the state of Ohio, because we've been open at the track here since 1959, so making that a piece of historical relevance. What is that word?
Relevance?
Relevance, thank you. But putting that as a piece of icing on the cake would be incredible. So, yeah.
That would be awesome. Going to all these local racetracks, they always pay homage to the people that have laid the groundwork for what they put on a Friday and Saturday night. And just posting videos myself on social media, there's been so many comments that have been like, oh man, I remember painting that wall. I remember tightening those tubes. I remember putting in the cabinets that you're ripping out. So having a way to fully encapsulate that with a Hall of Fame, I think would be awesome in making this. I'm excited for that. That's awesome breaking news. I'll tell you what.
Absolutely. Okay, perfect.
So with that, now I want to transition back to where Robbie was heading there. I wanted to hear a little bit of the intro before we got right into it.
All right, so Mr. Tifft, I have something for you. This will be put in post-production, but I have something for you. We will be doing a little bit of trivia for you. So you've been racing for quite some time across many, many series. You got ARCA Menard series. I don't know if they were Menards back then. Craftsman Trucks, the newly branded O'Reilly Auto Parts, and the Cup Series. A big lineup of races that you've had. So we've pulled a couple clips for you. Now, you have been in these races, but it doesn't specifically show you. So we are going to show you a 5 to 7 second clip, and we're going to see if you can guess the exact race that it was without seeing your car or truck
Are you
in it.
saying date, or am I naming the name, or what?
So
I'd
this
say
is
like as much information as you can give, like track, date. Like,
Or did you have a different idea, Robbie?
So I wanted if you could get the entitlement sponsor and the race name and where the track was and what year. So if we're talking like Coca-Cola 600 year 2019 at Charlotte Motor Speedway, just as an example. You see what I'm saying?
So, Taylor, if you wouldn't mind rolling this first clip.
Let's do it. Oh, wait. Okay, that looked like... I only get to see this one time, right?
You can see it 5 to 7 times.
Give me that one more time.
He might be fixing the audio here. Let's see. Oh, there we go.
Okay, well, that's Kansas. That's got to be the Fall Kansas race in 2019. That's the Cup Series. We're riding along with Kevin Harvick there. Gosh, I don't know what the name of that race would have been. It used to be the Bush's Baked Beans 400. I don't know what it was that year, though.
You're not close. Do you give up? You want to try it? You're so close.
For the entitlement sponsor?
Yeah.
Wait. If it was Harvick. Oh, was that the Bush one or whatever?
No, I lied. You're not even close. It's the 2019 Digital Ally 400 at Kansas Speedway.
Yeah, I would have never gotten that.
All right. Well, you got 2 of the 3, though. Kansas Speedway in 2019. You called Kevin Harvick on board. And who's that in the one car? Is that Kurt Busch?
That's Kurt Busch, yeah.
Kurt Busch back in the day. All right. 0 for 1 for Mr. Tifft.
Oh, wait. I still got the track in the series right.
is
Yeah,
there
how
a
are we
point
scoring
system,
this?
Maybe.
How are you going to score this?
I don't know. I just thought this was a fun little thing, you know?
Yeah, why are we
I like
going
it.
by points?
All right. No score. The points don't matter. Let's make up the rules anyway.
It anyway.
All right, Mr. Ruiz, if you wouldn't mind. Clip number 2.
Paul Menard was strong early on. Jimmy Johnson had trouble early on. They're all right.
That's Chicagoland. That is also 2019. I could not tell you who would have sponsored that one. Maybe it would be like the Enjoy Illinois 400 or something like that. They didn't really ever get much sponsorship for that race. I do remember I spun off of turn 2 because Bubba Wallace was spinning or something like that, so I jacked up the brakes coming off of 2. But I think I still came back and finished decent in that one. But yeah, Chicagoland.
Final answer? Not even close, partner.
What
It
was it?
was the 2019 Firekeepers Casino 400 at Michigan International Speedway.
Roll that one more time.
You want to see it one more time?
I do.
Paul Menard was strong
Dang,
early
that
on.
angle
Jimmy
looked like
Johnson had
Chicago.
trouble early on. They're all right.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah.
That's the Irish Hills, baby.
That angle really looked like Chicago. Okay, all right.
I knew that was going to throw you for a loop. So clip number 2, 0 for 2, kinda. All right, here we go. Clip number 3, Mr. Ruiz.
A little bit. The 14's got to run. Stenhouse is going to stay with him, dedicated. They got Logano pushing.
I got a story on this one. Okay, so that's Daytona, also 2019. That was the Coke Zero Sugar 400. And this one pisses me off. So that race got rained out and moved to the next day. And Justin Haley went on to go win that race. But, oh God, I think I finished 9th in that race. But here's the thing. We came down and took 2 tires on the final pit stop. Justin Haley stayed out, and the race was rain shortened because it was ran the next day, but it was postponed by rain the night before. Just so much rain that weekend. We went back and forth on strategy because it was going to rain, then it wasn't going to rain, then it was going to rain, then it wasn't going to rain. We were in front of Justin by 2 spots. At the last second, we ducked down a pit road.
Oh, my gosh.
So had we not done that, we would have won. Oh. That was a heartbreaker.
How long did it take for you to get over that, or are you still not over it?
I am still not over that one.
My
He
heart
can
breaks
hold
for
a
you.
grudge. He can hold.
It's not a grudge. It's just a pain in my gut.
I can only imagine. I can only imagine.
You don't even have to tell me. I know I'm right on that one.
Yeah, you're 100% right. Matt Tifft finally got one right. Let's go. All right, Mr. Ruiz, roll the next clip. Roll that beautiful bean footage, baby.
Here comes Christopher Bell around the outside trying to make something happen.
One more time.
One more time.
Here comes Christopher Bell around the outside trying to make something happen.
Well, I can see that's the 11 Brain Gear truck when it was the Red Horse truck, which would have been 2016. But okay, play it one more time. I'm trying to figure out the track.
Look at the walls.
Here comes Christopher Bell around the outside trying to make something happen.
Was this one Chicago? I cannot tell from that angle, to be honest with you.
Man, Robbie, you're picking the hard clips.
Yeah, I cannot tell from this angle.
I was so when Robbie said he was going to do this, I was like, oh yeah, he's going to get all of them right.
Yeah, you picked hard angles.
Well, you are actually in that clip, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I could see the truck.
Yeah, the 11.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the yellow hood. Yeah,
Uh-huh. All right, so final answer is, you said Chicagoland?
that's my guess.
It is Chicagoland. That is
I
the...
have a cool story on this one.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so that was the end of August 2016, and why this is a cool story. I had my brain surgery on July 1st, 2016. The doctors told me on June 5th, 2016, that I would never drive a race car again. And that race was August 27th or something like that. I forget exactly what it was. But yeah, so just 2 months later, 2.5 months later, I was back in a NASCAR race. So I believe I finished in the teens. I don't know if it was 11th or 13th, something like that.
It was 11th place.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Right outside the top 10. All right. See, that's how I thought you were going to respond to all of these, because you're a big stats guy. You've got stories for everything. So yes, that was Chicagoland. That was in 2016, the American Ethanol E15 225 at the Chicagoland Speedway. All right, I think we got one more for you, Mr. Ruiz, if you wouldn't mind.
Great run for Clemens. Does he do it here? Takes a look. And diving down to the inside.
Screw you.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I had to do it.
2017 Road America.
All right. And now I know that you have a story for this one, and we have something prepared. So we have the 2-lap battle that you and Jerry McClements went through before that happened.
Okay.
What I would like to do is play it on the screen, and you talk us through what you're feeling,
perfect,
what you're smelling, what you're hearing, all that.
Because
Okay.
I normally just get to see the last freaking 8 seconds of the clip.
No. We got you prepared. All right, Mr. Ruiz.
All right.
Matt Tifft comfortable in
Okay,
his
so right
position,
here,
but Clements
I
only shot
am
down to
on
get to the
very,
playoff.
very
Only
old
shot is a
tires.
win.
Dave, you're exactly
So
right. If
Jeremy
they keep
Clements
doing everything they
and
possibly
maybe
can,
one
they
other
practice
car
pretty
had
good.
pitted.
Wasn't sure
Now, you got to
they
remember with
would
Road
have
America,
down
it's like a 4.5-mile track. So on a short track, that'd be like, I don't know how many laps that is, but it's a long, long time. So I'm holding on for dear life on these old tires. And I know he's coming, but I still know I've got a little bit of a gap here. But so like in these braking zones right here going into turn 5, he can really, really go and close that gap on me. So coming out of turn 5, going into the Corvette bridge here, into the back section, I can kind of keep pace with him because it's more of just a momentum section. So you're not going to gain a ton, but the braking zones at Road America are so big to have new tires because the braking and the re-accelerating is just so huge. So like right here, you can see him close that gap. And then as we go back over here into the carousel, new tires just murder old tires here because on the old tires, you're just feathering the throttle, can't get to hook up. But this next corner here, after we get out of the carousel, is the kink. That's my best corner on the track at this entire place. So you basically just sling the car in there, try to get it on this kink, and bam, right back to full throttle, and you just hold on to the dang thing. I've mowed people down there every time I've went to the track. I don't know what it is, but Road America has always been my favorite track and just worked well. Canada corner, this is always my kryptonite here. I don't know why. Just never been able to make speed around it. But that's the crazy part about Road America is it's so big, you can always have sections where you're good, not so good. So it's really hard to put together an entire lap.
So in your ear, what kind of data are you receiving? What's the mental state right now? Are you all eyes forward, or are you getting anxious from behind?
So you can see right there as I came out of the last corner, my car slips a little bit. Well, the problem is going onto the front straightaway. That is a long front straightaway. It's almost a mile down the road. So you're catching a few more miles an hour. He is up to me to catch my draft. So what I'm hearing is essentially where his gap is. We have about 4 spotters across the track that are letting me know where he is. So what's going to happen here, though, is on this lap with 2 to go, I'm going to catch the lap cars in all the wrong places. So right here, between turns 1 and turns 3, I catch one of the seed cars here. So that's going to close the gap again because it's in a bad spot. So that holds me up. If I would have caught him right after this turn 5 area, I would have been fine. But again, because it was right in that spot, it really gapped us up. So that really hurt me. So now Clements is going to throw it in this corner, and he locks it up here. I think it was here, or he wheel hops it somewhere. So it's going to bust him up a little bit. I thought for sure when he's on my bumper here, I thought for sure he was going to set me up to go try to pass me in turn 1 on the final lap.
Yeah, he's right on your heels now.
Yep.
How much is out the rear view mirror when you're driving this way?
A decent bit. Like right here, I'm blocking him all I can, and then I figured, okay, I'm going to try to let him go and do a crossover. I knew he was going to try to do something. Right there, he wheel hopped it. That's where it was. I forgot exactly where it happened. But that's... I knew it was going to be a tough position for him to try to throw it in there where we were. So this car here tries to get out of the way. That was good. So we have a clean line here. Again, the kink there, you can see I pull him. Again, I'm really good in that corner, so that gave me a little bit of breathing room. But the issue here is now we're getting into the areas where new tires are just going to absolutely obliterate old tires. So I was able to pull away from him. But again, my Achilles heel always Canada corner. So he's going to be able to catch up to me. You heard in that clip the squealing of the tires. That's just because my tires were so freaking old. I am pushing them through their paces. Right here, I thought for sure he was just going to pull alongside and, try to get beside me to turn 1. And then this, I just could not believe. I get through the smoke, and I see this, and I'm just going, what the hell? And I'm flooring it, and I'm just going, holy shit, are we really drag racing out of the sand pit right now? And I am just fuming at this point. We're just trying to get out and go. And I believe I actually blew a right rear tire. I ended up finishing 3rd because Michael Nett, who was in 3rd at that point, got past me for 2nd. But yeah, that was one of the most insane finishes. I think it went down for the 10th best finish in series history.
Yeah.
But super crazy finish. And then, of course, you got these cars being stupid. Yeah, it was nuts. Again, when you go back to the beginning of the 2 to go lap on there, where you look at the gap close like crazy from a 3-second gap down to a 1-second gap, was where that 99 car was, exactly where I caught that car. Really is the deciding factor of, does that become in play to no issue whatsoever, just because of where I was on old tires and the speed differential and the braking zones and everything like that. It just held me up just enough to where he could pounce and start hitting me in the braking zones. And at that point, once you get that little bit to be able to go chase that rabbit as the second place car, you're going to go try to go on offense and put your car in those spots. And as the leader with old tires, there's not much you can do other than go on momentum-based racing and you can try to play defense a little bit, but the problem is the more you play defense and get offline, you lose so much on the exit points of the corner. So it's just really, really hard to block and try to judge it. Now, what people don't know is that morning I raced an ARCA race.
Wow.
And I was leading up until the last lap.
Yeah, you've got a lot of history with second place, don't you?
At Road America, yes. And we went into turn 5. We went 3 wide into the corner. Maybe I was running 3rd or 2nd or something like that. But anyways, I had led a little bit. Austin Cindric and I had a great battle that day. So Austin Cindric, Ty Majeski, and we all went 3 wide into turn 5 under braking. We all wheel hopped. Nobody made it back out of the corner. So basically went from possibly having 2 wins that day to 0 wins that day. But yeah, that's that place is still pretty special to me. Came back the next year, set the track record in a Trans Am car. Funny enough, that Trans Am race led most of that race, came down to a green white checker. I came to the restart box thinking it would be NASCAR rules to restart in the restart box. I was stupid and did not study the Trans Am rule book. And about 3 cars passed me because they were just like, why are you not going? And so I came back and finished second at that one. And then the Xfinity race, I finished second in that one. And this Xfinity race, I was hanging on for dear life because I didn't get to rehydrate between the Trans Am and the Xfinity race. So I had mono the week before. So my systems were just like shutting down. So with about 5 laps to go, I started getting cramps in my feet. And I remember with about 4 laps to go, I got like cramps in the top of my head. And with about 3 to go, I had to the point where the top of my head all the way down through my body, everything was completely locked up in a Charlie horse. My right hand was completely locked onto the shifter. My left hand was locked onto the steering wheel. I could not pry my fingers off at all. They were stuck. So I remember being in the car and having to throw myself to get it into gear. My toes were curled up completely in a Charlie horse as well. Most painful thing I've ever felt. And so I just had to like throw my body into it. And I got back onto pit road after the race, and I had taken out Christopher Bell because he shoved me off course, and it was a pretty egregious takeout. But I also could hardly stop the car because I literally could not do anything with my body, but I did take him out on purpose. But I got there, and I'm like expecting them to, wanting to come fight or whatever, but my hands are just stuck on the wheel, and I'm like, I can't move my hands off the wheel because they're just locked. So the paramedics had to come and literally pry every finger off of there. They took me back to the infield care center. They had to give me 5 bags of IV fluids, and they said that I was going into complete shock, and my kidneys were going to shut down in about 5 minutes.
Wow.
But we got to hold on because we're racers, and dadgummit.
Yeah, we were talking about that recently. Like, I'm sure, like, everybody's got this, like, cold that's been going around. Like,
Oh, yeah.
And I was asking him, like, because he's, like, telling me all these, like, crazy drug cocktails of over-the-counter crap to take. And he's like, just take this and this and this, and you'll be better in no time. And I'm like, how do you know all this? And I'm like, oh, because there's no sick days in racing.
Nope.
Which you were telling me a little bit about that, and it's brutal. Like, it's insane.
Yeah, it is, but at the same time, especially in the NASCAR world or the road course world, not so much in the dirt racing world where it's all open cockpit. But even there, like when your adrenaline's pumping, you don't feel it much. But if you're in a hot car, you're sweating it out. It's like being in a sauna. Like you don't notice it too much because you're just like, it's just sweating the crap out of there. You're like, get out of me.
Right.
So when it's all said and done, I feel like it gets over the sickness quicker because you're just like, everything you have has just come out of you,
Well, what's up, guys? Thanks so much for tuning in to the very first episode of the Speedway Sessions. We're really excited to have you here, and I hope you're enjoying the content so far. If you really enjoy this podcast so far, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel. It's a new Mansfield Speedway channel. You're not going to want to miss out on the future driver episodes that we have, so make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you're subscribed on all podcasts. Make sure you subscribe. And if you haven't subscribed, I need to make sure that you actually hit the subscribe button. This podcast is just getting started. We've got a lot planned, exclusive driver interviews, behind the scenes footage, little mini segments that you're only going to be able to find here on the Mansfield Speedway channel. So if you've enjoyed this content so far, make sure you subscribe, follow the podcast wherever you're listening. And before we go, make sure you go to thespeedway.com, get your 2026 season tickets, or pick your favorite show to come to. Grab the merch while it's still there. We've got a lot of brand new designs out, and I look forward to seeing you in your Speedway merch and I'll see you on the next podcast.
So when you get into a car, let's say you are feeling a little bit funky, you have something, just your tummy doesn't feel right, you just feel a little bit mentally off, a little brain fog. When you get behind the wheel and you know that you have to perform, is there ever a time where you just lose focus and start thinking about other things? Like, oh man, I forgot to pay the bill. Do you have the same thoughts a normal, like a truck driver would have on a long haul, just thinking about the problems that they have at home and maybe lose focus and not perform the way that you know you have to?
No.
No, you're always locked in, so you never think about anything else while you're behind the wheel of the race car.
I would say you're more in jeopardy of it on like coming up to a restart or something. Like maybe you can mistime a restart if you're not focused. But once you go, absolutely
You're
not.
also like an entirely different person behind the wheel. Like,
Yeah.
Like literally like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde type feelings. It's insane. So we got married, and then the next
Same day.
the same night, we flew out for his first time back in a race car, because when we met, he was retired. And I asked him, I was like, are you ever going to race again? He was like, no, never. I'm never getting in a race car ever again. And I was like, oh, you're wrong. Like, just give it a year. And he's like, no, I know what I'm talking about. I'm never going to race again. And then we got married, and when did we get married? I always forget.
That was 2023 in August.
2023? Yeah. August of 2023. We got married, flew out the next day, that night, went to Wisconsin. Wisconsin, yep. And so at this point, I'd never heard him on a radio. I'd never seen him in a race car. So I was a little nervous. And oh my gosh, I obviously didn't regret my decision, but I certainly was concerned because I heard him on the radio for the first time. And
It came back immediately.
And I was like, this isn't...
Like the first day of practice and stuff, like I was out, a little rusty and, not quite there. But first race day, I will give a shout out to Chris Moniz, who's my spotter in the Cup Series. He always told me, hey, when you get your first race back, you call me and I'll be there. And I didn't know
it
I was
was really
doing it.
sweet. He showed up, and it was
Like I didn't know I was doing it until maybe 4 days prior. And he lives in California. I'm like, hey, dude, this thing's in Wisconsin. He goes, done, I'll be there. I was like, well, do you want me to cover your flight? He goes, no, shut up, I'll be there.
Let's go.
It was
Yeah.
like an emotional reunion. It was really cool to see like him in that environment.
Well, and unfortunately for him, I'm pretty sure we got him back into racing because he wasn't allowed to race by his wife, and now he's running like the whole Cars West tour and everything.
Oh, right on.
At this point.
Well,
Heck yeah.
because he got in. What was that type? What did he do?
It was the cars, the skid cars. or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
the 4 cylinders. Yeah,
Yeah.
So he runs out like a madman. It's like, Matt, give me your helmet. Right after he just got done racing, and there was a long red. So this helmet was just
Well,
sweaty.
but what about the radio thing?
Oh, yeah. So I'd never heard him on a radio before, and I was like, expecting him to be his normal self, which is like cool, calm, collected, calculated, very kind, very sweet. And I heard him on the radio, and I'm standing on top of the hauler alone. So I didn't even have anyone to like reflect with at this point. And so they're under red, and like 90% of the time when you're racing, there's a radio issue. It be like that. There's always radio issues.
And where Moniz was standing, there was an aluminum roof up there, and it's old school short track thing. So radio signals pinging all over the place because it didn't have like a good receiver set up on there, and it just wasn't good for that. So all I'm hearing inside the car is like just
Literally.
while he's trying to talk for like 4 or 5 different minutes there. So it's just frustrating the heck out of me. So I'm just like, oh my God. And it's, my adrenaline's been pumped up, and a car had hit the barriers in turns 1 and 2, and they had to go take him by ambulance out so they could service him. And it just every couple seconds.
He just wants to yap. He misses his buddy.
Because we used to talk on the radio all the time during cup races. But I'm too stressed out because I haven't been in a race in a long time. Like, I'm out of practice. Like, I'm nervous, like just all kinds. I'm a ball of energy. I'm in a glass case of emotions. So, I was not doing too hot.
And he just unloads. He's like, I'm allowed to curse. This is our podcast, right?
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. he screams at Chris and is like, if you don't shut your fucking mouth right now, you better shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear you fucking talk. Shut your bitch ass mouth up. If I hear you talk one more time, I'm going to get on top of that hauler and push you off my fucking self. Like, he unloaded. And I'm like, have you seen those series where it's like, who the fuck did I just marry?
Yes, I was just about to ask you that.
I was like, who the fuck did I just marry?
And then the next day.
And then he comes out. He comes out of the car, helmet off, smiling, and then puts his arm around Chris and is like, hey, sorry, buddy. I was just a little mad. And I was like...
So has he ever said or done anything in a race car or you heard on the radio that was more of a red flag than that? Have you ever had that moment?
And then the next day...
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, so they were at this race, they were soaking tires, and his crew chief didn't know that they were soaking tires. So they were at a severe disadvantage. He had got the pole.
For those of you who know
qualifying.
racing, they were running retreads. And we hadn't ran them. Our team really hadn't ran them much before. So, as she said, they were soaking. We hadn't run the local rules, so we did not prep our tires because we were trying to be straight up on there, and we tried to
follow the rules and be
Well, and we had prepped them a tiny bit, but they were okay. Here's the thing: we had soaked prior to getting there, but what they were doing was soaking in between practice and qualifying, then soaking again between qualifying and racing on there because the retread tires are so hard.
Right.
So they were going and softening, going and softening, going and softening, and so it was. We were faster than everybody by, 6-7 tenths every time we hit the track. Like it was stupid.
Smooth. It looked so good. It was
like it was dumb how much better we were. And then, so qualifying, we get the pole, and then the race comes around, and everybody, we were sitting around for like 3 hours. So everybody took their tires off after qualifying and just soaked their tires for 3 hours while ours sat there and got hard as basketballs. Because if you don't take the retreads off, they get harder and harder and harder. Well, so ours got, massively harder, and everybody else's, they basically was like they put on brand new sticker tires.
Mm-hmm. And then, so Dan Fredrickson was the crew chief. Great guy. We love Dan. He's just so mean to all these nice people when he has that helmet on. So then I'm sitting next to his dad, which his dad has seen like every side of him in every element. So nothing shakes Quentin at all. So he was just very used to this. I was, again, a bride of 2 days at this point. So it's not going well because of the tire situation.
Well, and so basically, I could not get the car to wrap the bottom. When I say wrap the bottom, what that means is I turn the car down to the bottom of the corner there. Asphalt racing, typically bottom dominant on short tracks. So you want the car to cut down to the bottom, hug the yellow line, keep it down to the shortest line around the corner. Wrapping means you just follow that bottom line as long as you can, but also as fast as you can. But you don't want it to do it where you have to turn the wheel more than you need to and scrub speed to where it starts pushing up and shoving off the bottom. So if you watch dirt racing, obviously the guys who hunt the bottom, they might nip the left front on the tractor tire, on the yoke tire down there.
Right.
Similar thing, but just in asphalt racing, you do the same deal, but that would be called wrapping the line over there. So
Dan's trying to help him out because he's fallen back.
Because I got hard ass tires and it's not wrapped in the line, it's sliding up, and I'm doing everything I can, but I'm racing on basketballs out there.
So he's on the radio trying to tell him where to go, where to put the car, and he knows where to put the car in this situation. And so then
I might suck on dirt, but I know what to do on asphalt. I've got enough years.
He fires back and just unloads on this man. I know what the fuck I'm doing. I've been shut the fuck up. I know what the fuck I'm doing. I know more than all of you motherfuckers. And he's screaming. And I'm sitting next to Quentin, on some wooden grandstands. And I'm just like...
Now, Are you?
And he's monologuing. It's not like
This went on for a good 3 minutes straight.
And I
just didn't release the button. I just kept them going.
Now, are you generally open to feedback in those situations?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I will always take feedback. And you can tell, like, from a lot of crew chiefs and spotters and stuff I've worked with, I will typically listen and adjust and do any kind of thing. But when I'm in a car that will not react when I have exhausted every single action, and you get on there, you tell me to go do this, and I'm like, do you really not think that I haven't thought of that? Like,
right.
I am trying. It's like if you told a wide receiver, hey, go catch the ball.
Have you tried jumping for it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think I am trying to do out here? Like,
But
yes,
then the best
I
part
know.
is, like, and this is the thing that freaks me out the most, is that, like, he gets out of the car, he takes the helmet off. First of all, I don't know what to do at this point as a newlywed. I'm like, do I go over there and console him? Does he need like a little pat?
Yeah, what's it like
Does he
being
need a hug?
What is it like being the partner to something like that? Do you treat him like a wild animal? Are you trying to be a motherly figure, or are you trying to nurture him? What do you do in that situation?
I treat him like a wild animal. You let him come to you.
You got to.
You don't approach.
Have you ever felt the wrath? Maybe you try to go for a hug a little bit too early.
I have a pretty good read on him, and it's like I don't approach. I let him come to me. I stay within like 20 feet. I make sure he can see me.
Now, did you figure that out quickly?
I did. Okay. Yeah, you
Yeah.
kind of just like figure it out. Like I'll lovingly like slide a water over in the vicinity, and then I'll just back up. Like it is like a wild animal. You push food and water, and then see if they take it.
Friendly dog,
Yeah.
friendly. Let him smell me a little bit.
Can I pet?
I put your favorite perfume on, babe. Smell me. I'm here, friendly.
So I just give offerings of food and water, and then keep my distance, and then let him come to me. And he's like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Oh, so you're okay now?" "Oh yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine."
Because at the end of the day, it's heat of the battle stuff.
Right.
Like, it's nothing personal. I mean, I'm always open to trying things and taking constructive criticism, and I have no ego with it. Like, I will literally try anything. I don't care. But when I've exhausted every option and you've had me try every option, and I'm just stuck in this pile of shit, and I know I have no option but to be hot and miserable for the next 40 minutes, and I have no option but to sit here and deal with it and be miserable. I'm gonna freaking deal with it by yelling and venting somehow.
You got to.
Yeah, because otherwise, what are you gonna do?
Exactly.
Like, you have to get. There's no way out but through at that point. So it's like getting through a workout. You start grunting on there, but then it's just like you want to just antagonize me. So if you antagonize me, I'm gonna start holding the button and having screaming monologues.
The most recent fit was at a dirt track, actually.
Yes. Okay. The last
This was
fit.
a full-blown tantrum.
This was actually probably the biggest tantrum I ever had. Now, I took off a lot of time.
I actually successfully talked him back into the car on this one.
She did. She did do a good job.
Now, where were you?
So this was at Tri-City. This was in the end of 2025, one of the last races I ran last year. So I took a good bit of time off the dirt racing, just because we ran so much stuff at the Speedway here, getting things going. And with dirt racing, if you get out of practice, it is really hard to jump back in. The reason why it's easier on asphalt is because you have so much practice time, and it's easier to go run out. Okay, you go out for practice for 5-10 laps. You come in, make some changes, go back out. All right, yep, I feel a little bit okay. Now you step out of the car, you talk to your crew chief. Okay, hey, let's go, raise a track bar half an inch over here. Let's go take a packer out of the left front. And next time we come in, let's go, take a little bit of wedge out and let's go with that plan. But you've already had time to decompress and blah, blah, blah. In dirt racing, that means you're already on the AMA and starting now if you have that many laps. So I'm just frustrated because I feel like an idiot, and I just been out of the car for so long. So the night was not going well. If you rewind to the beginning of the season, we've ran really well at Tri-City all year long. Like, it was one of my best tracks. We ran top 3 pretty much every night we'd been there, knocking on a door for a win out there. We had won at Hummingbird. And so Tri-City, we felt like was our best shot to go win. So we picked up a race over there, and just sucked, to be honest with you. I couldn't hit anything right. If it would have been raining pussy, would have caught a dick. That's just that kind of a night.
That's awesome.
And
I love that.
Oh God.
so I did a terrible job in the heat race. I think I spun myself out.
You did spin yourself out.
Yep, I spun
have
myself
that on video.
out. And so I came back into the pits, and I was just.
Oh, he just marched into the.
Oh
into
well,
the hauler.
here's the thing. I hate looking stupid. Like, I can take it if I do something belligerently dumb. Like, if I just go out there and I'm doing a dumb move.
No,
right?
you don't like delaying the show. That's what you don't like.
I
to
do not like delaying the show. No. And if I do something stupid that delays the show and it ruins it for people, that's what I don't like doing. If I do something dumb and I cause an accident and it at least like add something to the storyline, I don't really care. But if I just do something blatantly stupid that just like a 1-car spin because I was an idiot,
And he has to
I
get
don't
like
that.
pushed out and stuff. Like he gets.
Oh yeah,
like,
because the
real-
starter didn't refire. Like it just, oh my god.
Taking out the uke tire on your hot lap, out lap.
Like
Yeah.
like you're just like, oh my god, there goes that guy. Again.
Yeah.
Like and that night I was that guy. So I went back in the trailer and
He starts taking his clothes off, and then I'm like, oh god, we're done. So he starts like getting
this
the
was
suit
the first
off.
time I'm just like, no, I'm done. Like I told Brian Doherty, I was like, put the car away, we're done for the night. And I was like, I don't need to be out there. Like I am done. And
Brian knows him really well at this point, so he was like, Brian's fast and efficient and clean, and like if
He did not put
if
the
you
car
tell him to
away.
put the car away, the car's gonna be away in about 5 minutes.
but he actually did not.
He didn't put the car away
Wow.
because he knew. So he let me talk to him for a little bit, and I convinced him to get back out there. Because I'm like, we drove all the way out here. Like what? Like just get back out there. The worst thing it's gonna do, you're gonna finish last. Like
So in that moment,
either finish last or you go home. So pick
right.
Like pick your poison.
So you're the voice of reason, trying to get him back.
I'm always
the voice of reason.
Okay, he throws fits at this track right here about every day, and I'm always the one that's like, reel it in, you're fine. Comes in.
The problem is I'm creative and I like to go problem solve, but I get to a point in my head where I'm just like, I cannot take it anymore. So I need somebody to help level with me. But yeah, so that night, I got back in the car.
To put the jeans on, everything. Takes the racing socks off and puts the normal socks on. That's when you know it's over.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep. So I did all that. And then I did get back in the car, started last, and drove up. I think I finished 5th or something, like past 20 some cars on a single lane dirt track. Like it's hard to pass that many cars in a 25 lap feature.
Yeah.
So it was fun actually.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, 15 cars past Tri-City. So you race. Actually, Mrs. Tifft, I have a question for you. On the adverse of what we just started, the complete reciprocate.
Mm-hmm.
You married a race car driver, okay?
at the time
I
he
was
was
retired.
retired.
Oh, right. Well,
Yeah.
you knew Mr. Tift. You knew Matt Tift's history. So let's say Buddy's out here at Hummingbird Speedway, finishes P2 in the feature. Does that get your biscuit buttered? Does it like turn you on a little bit? Does it?
I don't get like easily enthused.
Buzzkill. That's a buzzkill. I was hoping you were going to lead into that.
She sees $100 bills and gets more horny.
Which I get. It checks out.
Well, I just look at it and I'm like, well, we just lost. Like, it costs a lot of money to race, and I'm like, well, we won, but we lost $5,000 that night. So, good job.
All
Let's
right.
go home.
Well, is he uglier when he finishes P18?
No,
No,
because
bro.
we still lost $5,000.
Okay. All right. I'm just spitballing here. I thought,
Like, if like, let's say the purse is like $50K, then I'm like, all right, let's go. We did something out here. But
Yeah.
if it's like $1,000 purse at, I'm not going to drop names, but
right.
then I'm like, okay, we still lost money. Let's go home. Can I get a sweet treat on the way?
Yeah. A road pop or something? Can someone please help me out here?
I guess like it's so corny, but I guess I am more money motivated than anything.
Yeah.
Like for as far as wins go. Like I'm proud of him. I'm like, good job.
Yeah.
I like a battle too. Like if it's an easy win, I'm like, well, okay, cool, right?
Right.
But if we're like, if he qualifies on the pole, leads the pack, and it's just like, yeah, you want like that doesn't excite me. Like I like watching this like poetic
Tell him
symphony.
about Toledo.
Oh,
not the
Toledo.
fight, but like the passing.
This
parts
is
of it.
actually a great segue to we have a clip that we can roll that is Toledo. But
It's just a stupid fight clip.
yeah.
Oh.
Didn't look like a fight. I just want to put that out there. The angle, it looked like you just got rocked in the nose with a foot.
Oh, well, you're missing about 3 minutes before that.
For reference here, Mr. Ruiz, you got the clip up and ready to go?
Hey, what the fuck?
Hey! Oh, I got him. Get out of here. Get out of here. You came to the wrong place. You came to the wrong place.
All right.
No.
Hey, I've got them.
Just lined up for the field goal.
That was very uncalled for.
Okay, so what you're missing there is
I'm good. Hey, call the airport. Just don't take everybody out, man. I'm looking forward to my pizza that I got from Pizza Hut a couple minutes ago. Yeah.
You look like a badass right there, dude.
Thank you.
Matt Tifft comfortable in his points position.
Why are we
but
watching Red
Clement's
America again? Turn that shit off. Tired of seeing that one.
All right, Buzzkill, we killed the mood over there.
Cue the soundboard.
So Toledo pit lane or pit area, kick in the face.
So I was very, very much looking forward to this race. I did the super late model race. It was ARCA CRA, or maybe it's just ARCA Stars race. And I'd done this with Anthony Campy and one of the best teams in super late model racing. And just had a really, really good car in it. Worst, I started like 14th. I really messed up qualifying bad. But I was making my way through the pack.
Yeah, and that's what I like to watch. Like that's what like gets me going is you were like butters my biscuit.
There we go.
That is what like really excites me about watching him is this like
because on asphalt, like I'm especially in super late model racing, I'm really good there about being methodical and setting up
the
guys
chess
and
game. The
passing
chess
them,
game is so that's the like attractive thing to me where I'm like, wow, you look good. Is the poetic symphony, the just like the like if you could play like if you could add a soundtrack to it, it'd be classical, right? It's just this like this beautiful passing of just like methodical this game that's just like you know, oh, he has it, but he's waiting because around this.
It's like it's a beautiful little dance.
It is.
I love
it is. It's amazing. And then you're analyzing
fun.
how the other driver's behavior. So he takes 2 or 3 laps to watch. This is his weak corner. I'm going to take him here.
Well, and I really enjoy it because in dirt racing, it's just animalistic, right?
Very much.
But
it's vicious.
It is. But what I love about the asphalt racing side, and I'm not saying one's better than the other, but what I personally love for my driving style is on asphalt in the big cars and on the super late model side is when you are behind somebody and you're faster than them. Sometimes you just go blow right past them, but if you're a little bit quicker, you can sit right behind their left rear, especially when they're starting to lose tire, and you just sit there and you watch them. You just tap them and just go boom, and just make them graze their tire. And graze their tire. Then you back off and you watch them just wiggle into the corner. And you make them wiggle into the corner. Then you go back up to them and just lift up the rear bumper. And then they try to block you. Then they get mad at you. They flipped you off. And then you go and just boom, and then just move them out of the way. And then you go set up the next one. And you just, I don't know, it's kind of like how they.
I think that's what the purists really enjoy. Like the purists are like they get off on that. Whereas like your pit Lizzies just want your P1 boys.
Right.
It's just, it's like the. Yeah. You know, dirt racing is about the excitement of watching somebody rip it on the top, right? And the asphalt super late model world is just it's that chess game. Maybe it's not the most exciting thing to watch, but from a finesse side of things, I fall more into that category as a driver. So for that part of it, it's more fun for my driving style. But from a fan's perspective, I think dirt racing is more fun to watch.
Yeah,
I would rather watch him start dead last and take half the field gracefully and smoothly than watch him qualify first, win. Like I would rather watch him get P7 but take 20 cars.
Yeah, it's got to be more fun to watch. You definitely have a graceful spirit, and so I can definitely see why that would match your style more. But what I love about the dirt racing aspect of it is the leader can be ahead by like, I don't know, 20 car lengths, and something can go wrong. Hits the corner in the wrong way, hits a rut. There's a lap car. They're 3 wide in front. You can make up 2 seconds in a lap in a dirt late model rundown.
That part's crazy.
Yeah.
That part is in asphalt world. You don't get that at all.
And then that's the other thing with dirt racing too is that the track changes every single lap.
Every lap.
So
you might have found your line, but you have to hit it a different way the next lap.
And asphalt racing, that's not true at all. But I guess with that race, it was cool afterwards to hear her talking about how excited she was to go see me in my element and doing that kind of stuff. But then what made me so mad about it was I was able to blow past this kid and really no challenge whatsoever, and got past them and cleanly, no issues. And then they just basically
dumped him.
Yeah, took me out. And so I had spent $40,000 of my own money to go rent that car for the weekend because it's ridiculous cost in asphalt racing because you have to go spend it for all the tires. And the just rental costs over there are insane and just pure insanity right now. So it was just a lot of money to put into it. Then the crash damage money on that. So $25,000 on there. So it turned into a $65,000 wreck and race on there, all because basically he got bored. And so I walked over to him. What the angle doesn't show is I walk up and I go in and punch him, and then he shoves me. You
didn't throw a punch. You shoved him.
No, it was.
I don't.
From the other view there, it was a punch. It was a punch shove kind of. I don't know exactly, but it was. If you want to classify it as something, it was a punch.
Well, also, you forgot to add you were stuck in the infield the entire time.
Okay, that was another thing. ASA, ARCA, whatever, could have completely prevented this. I was ready to go after my crash, and they would not open the back access gate even though there was 4 red flags in this race. I tried to cross over so many times, but they would not let me. So I was stuck in there for almost 2 hours.
I just
wanted to go home. And so after a while, it's just like, and I watched him go wreck a couple other people. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to go fight him because I got nothing else to do.
Yeah. Now you just got idle hands.
Yeah.
I'm going to put him somewhere, baby.
Right. I got just like bored energy,
We stopped at a Kroger on the way back. We picked up the Pizza Hut, and then we stopped at like a Kroger or a Meijer.
Yeah, Kroger, yeah.
And I ran
Meijer, yep.
I ran inside, grabbed a bag of frozen peas, and we sat on the back of the Tahoe and ate the pizza, and he iced his face down. So that was character building moment.
But the deal there, so he shoved me, and then his dad threw me to the ground, and I'm good with that. That's perfectly fine. That's normal behavior. But yeah, the other dude just circled around the war wagon, the pit box there, and lined her up from the 45-yard line. And
Men in sports should fight. That's okay. There's allowed to be shoving and punching and whatever.
It's part of it.
Cheap shots are like not
kicking man while he's down. That's no good. But it's in the past. I actually reached out to those guys after it, and we had some good conversations. And so that's they're actually, they were good to talk with afterwards. And so no hard feelings, no ill will, and everything was good after that. So unfortunate situation, but. It was certainly a polarizing moment of, was that 2024? Yeah.
No permanent damage to your face, though.
What did it feel like?
It was.
Do you want to find out? We can.
Yeah,
please don't.
No.
Did I say something wrong?
Am I fired?
Yeah, you are, Liam.
All right, that's cool. Locked in.
Yeah, it's. Okay, I was lucky where he hit because it basically came across like right here.
There was a shoe print.
So there was a shoe print. But had it gone right here, that's a broken nose. And had it been right here, broken cheekbone. And had it been here.
Broken orbital.
Correct. So it hit perfectly where it needed to.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just like, I don't know. It felt like I got kicked in the face. It was a lot of pressure. It just felt like a lot of pressure all at once and like a big pop in your face.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. Like,
was that the worst fight you've ever had?
Yeah. Because
Okay. I just didn't know if there was another
it
fight.
sucked at the end for me. So, yeah.
I still made him drive home.
Yeah, I
Damn.
drove home.
With the black eye?
I don't
How soon did the
drive,
black eye
like-
come?
Well, it swelled up that night. And then, I mean, everything was bleeding
He couldn't
that
see
day.
the next day. It was closed.
Yeah. No, the next day it was closed up.
Damn.
But yeah, and then after his flip at Erie's, I also made him drive home too.
That was the week after. Yeah.
The one that.
Yeah.
How was that
Oh.
like? I don't think I've ever heard you talk about it.
Taylor, you got the video on that one?
Well, it's been a week. Went into turn one and hit the cushion. Really aggressive cushion here tonight. Just shot the car 15, 20 feet in the air. Flipped 3 or 4 times. Very fortunate to be out here and okay. Big thank you to Dr. Motorsports for building me a safe car. Longhorn for all the safety stuff they do. Hooker harnesses for the seat belts. Yeah, thank God for his hand in my life and everything. Thanks, Toast. But,
Yeah, so that was a crazy one.
Well, Erie's was already cursed. I did not want to go back, but Brian said we were going back, and I was like, fine, whatever, I'll
So
go.
Jordan went into labor at Erie's.
In the middle of nowhere, okay? Like,
Wow. Erie's is not in the middle of nowhere.
it's pretty, there's,
It is one of the least in the middle of nowhere
okay,
dirt
by
tracks.
middle of nowhere.
That's like saying this track is in the middle of nowhere.
Well, that's what I mean, by middle of nowhere, I mean not a hospital that I would be comfortable giving birth in.
Erie, PA is still a pretty decent sized city.
I'm not doing that there. I'm not.
Cooked.
So, yeah, I was standing behind his car, 38 weeks pregnant, and he fired it up, and
That's not what Brian does.
what?
Brian doesn't start it up.
What do you? I didn't say.
What does Brian do? He starts that motherfucker up.
You're right. Or all right, start that bitch up. That's it's one of those two. So that's started the car. I was standing right behind it as I normally do, and then our child kicked, and then I had contractions starting from that moment. So
That was not the same night that we flipped over.
Oh,
But-
it wasn't. I was
No,
going to
no,
say, did
no.
that
That was-
induce a water break? Did your
that was
mucus plug fall out in
2020.
that moment?
No,
Oh,
no.
sorry.
But I had to spend the race in the car because I was in so much pain. And he was like, and the funny thing is, you didn't even ask me. You're like, oh, you never even asked me, like, do you want to leave? Do you want to, like, it was like, I didn't really have a choice. It was just like, we're racing, we're here, and I have to.
No, because I knew the 5-minute clock. I knew when I was feeling your contractions. I knew exactly when we actually had to go. I knew the 5-1-1 rule.
The 5-1-1 rule.
Yeah, so if
I also knew when you were dilated when to bring you in more than your freaking doctor did. So
Matt Tifft confirms superpower.
Now, when you say dilation, what do you mean?
why are we?
No, I'm just kidding.
We don't need to do a women's health lesson. That's
Yeah,
not
we
what the.
So anywho, the point is when I flipped
But
over.
he didn't even ask me, like, should we leave to go deliver this child? No,
No, we didn't need to. She was not in the contraction window to do so. And it was going to take several hours to get to that point.
So then I was like, I never want to go back to Erie's. I threw a whole fucking fit the whole way home, of course, as I do.
Always.
And
Oh, boy.
then I was like, we're not coming back here. I hate it here.
So it's
And
cursed already for you. You don't want to be there.
I don't want to be there.
Not
So
at
then
all.
we come back.
Oh, boy.
We are back. And I'm up on the fence, as I usually am. And he jumps the cushion, right? That's what happened.
Yeah, some track conditions were a little wonky. You didn't even have time to prepare for it.
Yeah, there was a nasty, nasty cushion. That place never gets any kind of a serious cushion. And I mean, it was rough cushion there. They really needed to do some track work and did not. And it was dangerous conditions. Just one of those deals where, I mean, just quite frankly, if it wasn't me, it'd be somebody else. And I mean, I probably missed the cushion by 2 inches.
Yeah,
and
That's insane.
yeah, and just one of those things where as soon as you miss it, the whole car is sucked in and gone over, and you're done. But yeah, to answer you, Leon, once it went up, so basically the right rear dug in, and then it just sent it up. So for those of you who don't know dirt late models, they look like a wedge. So if you think of a Pinewood Derby wedge or just any kind of a wedge, like a doorstop, that's the shape of these cars.
Also tell them what a cushion is, because some people might
So
not
a
know.
cushion is basically, it's a dirt berm. So you have your normal dirt surface, and then it's like you put a big dirt ledge on top of that. And that happens as throughout the night as the cars are racing, and they keep on pushing more and more dirt on top of that surface. Same dirt, but it's getting piled up into another pile on top of it. So it creates like this ledge on top of it there. And the cars keep on running closer and closer to that ledge, because if you can get your tire right between the old surface and that new ledge, if you will, there's a little bit of that ledge, and if you can put your tire right up next to it and kind of ride into it,
You get,
there's a little bit of a grip. Yep. So you want to be sliding right into it, kind of drive into it, and then get a lot of wheel spin, which means throttle up and then bam, kind of bounce off of it. That gives you a lot of grip. But if you kind of go and you go into the corner, and while you're trying to get turned sideways, while you're in that motion of getting sideways and you go over it, well, that's when your car topples over and flips. So, yeah.
The way it launched, though, was so strange.
It was a very weird
Yeah.
one. Yeah. So once the right rear dug in and the left front came up, basically it was a sail panel. So with it being a wedge-shaped car, the left front goes up, and then it basically turns into an airplane wing. One of the weirdest things about it, though, was once it got brought up into the air, even though it's a relatively short amount of time, what I remembered was, and this is my first flip in a race car, that everything just slowed down in time and got so quiet.
You described it like a creaking boat.
Yeah. So it was just like this, boat at sea, and just this like just creepy naval vessel sound of just like these irks and cracks and just the metal straining, hanging up in the air. And mind you, the motor's still going, but you could hear it in the chassis. It was bizarre. And then you just hear boom as it hits the ground, and my neck goes forward and smacks, and then I flip 8 more times, and I whiplash about 4 more times during it. I go up and land and smack my head on the concrete barrier.
We saved the helmet. It literally has it's like kissed by the wall. There are these tiny little scratches where
the halo is
just got
scooted over about 5 inches on there. It's got a giant V cut in where it went and smashed onto the barrier as well. I mean, the Longhorn chassis was built extremely well, and it definitely saved my life of how it, was fabricated. But it's
top
still
of the cage
collapsed.
was bent in. It was
So it's still
so
collapsed
bad.
on there insanely. But even the B post, how it bent back, the B post essentially went to going to crush in near my head as well. And like I said, my helmet hit the concrete on there. My Hans device was chewed up by the wall.
That's
which is just insane.
My
neck was moved over by about not quite a half inch, but close to it, of how much structurally my skeleton was moved over from where it was just about a week before.
The cage looked so gnarly that they had to cover it up because they didn't want people walking by seeing it like it was like millimeters from something much worse. So they had to tarp it because it was
one of those situations where, I was fine, but about an inch from not being here.
So how long does it take for you to realize that, oh my gosh, that could have went so south? Are you feeling that in the moment as you're bracing for the initial impact when you're floating through the air? Are you thinking about that?
Until you saw the video.
No, I knew after the first flip, and it kept on going, and I realized when I got the height of the flip, and I was looking down, and I realized I was probably 25 to 30 feet in the air. I was like, ooh, boy, this is not going to feel good. I remember that part. And I just closed my eyes. I'm like, I don't want to watch any of this. That's when I knew that it was going to hurt and be bad. I didn't know. And then I just remember it taking forever for the wreck to stop because it just went on and on and on and on. So
you were relatively chill when you got out of the car, though. You were cool. Once you saw the video, though, is when you were like, oh no, that's what happened to me.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm just telling you what I felt in the car, though, too. So, I mean, but I was relieved getting out of the car that I was okay. So it's kind of two different reactions to it. So you have what you're feeling inside the car of am I like worried if I'm going to be okay or not? Then you have like the relief of, oh, okay, I'm fine. And then you go, holy crap, that's what happened to me, of like, oh no, like that was close. Because it's almost like the secondary reaction of, oh no, like I really was about to be in a very bad position here. So it's just a kind of a different take when you go back and go, huh, yeah, that was going to be really bad, like very close to being.
So at this time, your son was born. You had your son during that moment?
He was present. No, he wasn't at the track that day. How old? When? Do you know what month that was?
That was October of 24.
So he was like 5 or 6 months old.
Yep.
So when you hop out of the car and you see the severity and the viciousness of that, did it change the way that you even approached racing moving forward? You got a family now. You got a wife. You got everything to take care of. Does it change anything for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think from a racer standpoint, if I were to be doing that professionally, I would say no. But because we're doing all this stuff here at Mansfield Speedway and I'm still involved in racing, it does change it because I would only be doing that for fun. Mm-hmm. And it's an unnecessary deal. Now, that does not mean that I'm going to stop racing, but I have been severely rolling back how much I'm doing. So if I'm going to go do it, it's because I really want to do it, or it's because I feel that is an opportunity that I really feel like I need to go take advantage of. But to go hop in and put myself in a situation to where, things can happen, the difference now is I think about it. And the problem is when you hop in a car and you think about it, you're having to then coach yourself to get back locked in and get your head back in the game.
You have to convince yourself to take that risk when normally it's a natural thing.
Before it's just like you never think about it, you just hop in and go. Now it's like, well, what if? And they're like, nope, I got to lock back in, not think about it. So now that has, once it enters into your mind one time, I feel like it's not a you're done thing, but it's you have to really figure out what's worth it. Because if you can tell yourself like, hey, I'm going to go hop in this Corvette at Mid-Ohio, and it's going to be this big collector's club race, and it's going to be this big spectacle, and I feel comfortable doing this, and here are the risks. It's going to be, here's exactly what I'm doing. Okay, you know what? I feel good about doing that. And, it's a fun day. Great. You know what? I'm good with that. But if I go
Road Atlanta, one of those no contact rule ones.
Yeah, and that's completely fine. But I think like a sprint car, for example, would I go hot lap a sprint car? Still, yes, I would. Would I race a sprint car? No. But I've always been that way. Now a late model, would I go? Would I want to go race one again? Sure. But do I need to be racing one every single weekend? Absolutely not.
My rules are no sprint cars, no motorcycles.
Except for the fact that you're going to let me try doing a dirt bike.
That
scary.
No, I mean no road motorcycles.
Oh, I don't care about those.
Yeah, that was like when he asked me like what my risk tolerance was, and like he's allowed to do whatever he wants, but it's like, would you prefer I not drive a certain
Caleb's
thing?
laughing in the corner.
Dude, Mr. Stoke, run over here.
I said no motorcycles on the street.
Hey, what about a Grom?
A
What's
what?
that?
Grom?
A Grom?
What's a Grom?
Oh, absolutely. We can definitely do
A
an e-bike
Honda
for sure.
Grom.
Yeah, get a Grom on there. Yeah.
There's one right here.
It's an itty bitty motorcycle.
It's in the tech shed.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
By the way, if
Not
anybody
on the
is
road.
interested in e-bikes, Mansfield Speedway and Caleb Burns, we do have some. So if you need a plug to plug in your electric bike at home, we can hook you up with one. So
Yeah.
DM us if you're listening to this.
We can get you just about anything, just if you want it.
Speaking of which, we had
And
a
on that note, wow, that turned interesting.
we had a co-host swap too. We have Leon
How
Feinstein
you guys
joining
doing?
the podcast.
If you don't like the second half of this podcast, that's why.
Well,
How we are like we're like a long amount of time into this.
yeah, I mean,
yeah, it's good.
But
It's
you know what
good.
though? I've been on many 2-hour podcasts. It's fairly normal.
and we're not going to see you for a minute, so we got to get in while we can, while the getting's good. Leon, how does it feel to be up here? You sold Matt Tifft a car,
Yeah.
and now we're out here.
Two cars.
The
Two
story
cars.
is very funny between me and Matt Tifft. One day he came into a dealership I was working at, and I ended up selling him a Porsche. I don't know the exact feeling you were going into that dealership. Were you buying dead set on buying a
So
car?
I wanted to. I was really wanting to buy. Okay, backstory on this. I had sold my NASCAR charter, so we just sold that for. It's public knowledge now, so I can finally talk about this. I had sold my charter for $40 million, and I own 50% of that. I'm really bad about celebrating things, and
I convinced him he needed to reward his efforts.
between Jordan and my financial advisor, Dominic Ruby.
Shout out Dom.
Shout out, Dom.
Shout out, Dom.
Go Dom.
Check out MWP Consulting, or is it MWP?
Momentum Wealth Partners.
Yes, check them out. Shameless plug, but they do make people a lot of money, including myself, if I don't spend it on racetracks.
It's not sponsored. We're not sponsored.
No,
but,
it's not sponsored.
but we
I
just
paid
love
them.
him so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, love you, Dom. Anyways, so he was like, yeah, you need to go celebrate this and spend it on something to commemorate it. And Jordan's like, yes, please, my God, do something. And so I was like, all right. And I was like, Dom, how much can I spend? He goes, you literally don't have a limit. Just go buy something and shut up about it. I'm like, all right. I was like, well, can I just go buy a Ferrari? He's like, yes, just go buy a Ferrari. And I'm like, all right, bet. So we were at lunch one day, the next day, and I was with Jordan, and we were at yours truly in Valley View. And I found online that this Perfect Auto dealership in Akron had an F8. there.
F8 Tributo.
Yep. And so I saw they had a pretty blue one, and I liked the color on it. So I called and tried to see if I can go get an appointment. They did. So we went over there, and Leon talked me out of it almost immediately, wouldn't even let me sit in the car.
Okay,
So the funny story about this-
It just got like what happened to it? Like
So
Got pissed on?
The funny
PPF? Is that what it's called?
I'll break it down. The funny thing is, I actually didn't know the backstory on how this all was set up. So it's cool now that we're all talking about it. But yeah, basically, I don't have the fondest experience with Ferraris. Not the best. That one specifically was kind of abused. You know, like it had a protection job on it, and the entire car was covered in rocks. So if that wasn't already a sign to not buy it, on top of the fact that it wasn't reliable, whatever, Ferrari stuff, I was like, there's a Porsche race car right around the corner on the same dealership lot. I'm like, okay, connected the dots of you were a NASCAR driver. I'm like, you're gonna like this one. So then I sat him in it. It was
Then
like
he's just Leon's like neurodivergent
GT4
info
RS.
dumping,
yep.
like because that's what he does when it comes to cars.
I was
He's like,
nerd car dumping.
This, see the little button that you roll down the window with? It was manufactured in a small village in Italy.
Of course you would.
Dude, literally. Yes, I was nerding out and got convinced him to get a Porsche Cayman GT4 RS.
So I did.
And then I needed a new car because
The Tesla took a dump.
I loved the Tesla for a while, but
Elon kept on sending updates, and eventually it said, "Stop giving me updates." And that's where else I
basically you
stopped
couldn't go
working.
more than like 50 miles without it like entirely draining the battery. Like
and blacking out the screen, so you didn't know where you were, how
That's
fast you were
crazy.
going.
yeah, it was like
nuts.
it was not good. So I was like, I need something reliable. I need something that gives like cool hot mom vibes.
Gives internal combustion.
It's giving gasoline.
It's giving gasoline. Yeah.
And so I told Leon, I'm like, I want something. I want another car. And we were between the G-Wagon, the one that had the red interior,
yeah.
and then my Range Rover. And I landed on the Range Rover, and I love her. Ugh.
It is
love
the
it.
perfect Jordan Tifft car.
100%.
Ever.
It
It
is.
is amazing. So.
I love my Rover. So Leon sold us 2 cars, and I was like, this guy knows his shit. He's efficient. he's cool. He doesn't irritate me, which later changed.
I was going to say, little did she know.
Yeah, that was like day 2.
And we were looking for a new. So at this point, we hadn't bought the Speedway, and we were just looking for somebody to like be his personal videographer because his ego requires someone to follow him around with a camera naturally.
I get it.
So we were looking for somebody to do that for him because the former wasn't working out. And
we're working.
Come on.
Cooked.
Oh no.
Please, more of that.
I was going to say, it's the first one in 2 hours.
I need more of that.
So anyways, I'm like, let's hire Leon. And so that's how Leon was born.
Yep.
That's how he was born?
That's how I was born. I was rebirthed into a new world.
No, he was born in Russia.
Oh, no, I was born here.
A formerly abandoned baby boy.
Such a Jew.
Actually, Leon, can you tell me or tell our listeners that you sold me a Porsche in your native language?
Oh, damn, that's interesting. Я продал Matt Tifft Porsche Cayman GT4 RS, и он очень любил эту машину, и люди, которые разговаривают по-русски, сейчас увидят это, и они узнают, что я говорю про Matt Tifft.
So what he said right there.
Yep.
So what he said right there is that if you don't buy tickets to the Mansfield Speedway for 2026, Vladimir Putin will be coming for you to murder you and your family.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my God. There's people in the chat right now. Hey, can we get a link? Where do we go? I don't want to just show up. You can actually get them at thespeedway.com. Comeback Classic, May 2nd, 2026.
What a domain that is, though. Thespeedway.com. How freaking cool is that?
That's
Caleb
amazing.
Burns shout out.
Yeah, Caleb Burns tactically acquired thespeedway.com. Perfect name.
I acquired it, but Caleb found it.
Oh.
He was like, hey, we should buy the Speedway. And Jordan was like, no, that's stupid. And then Caleb was like, we really need to do this. And Jordan was like, no, that's stupid.
No, I didn't say that.
What were your objections, though, to the Speedway?
It was an expensive domain.
Oh, was it? Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
In the grand scheme of expensive domains, it's not very expensive. However, Mansfield SBDWY was really difficult.
Oh, that was bad.
Yeah, that was horrible.
We're on a budget, and I was like, do I really need to buy this? And then now I think it's really cool, and now I really like it because it's catchy and easy to find, and all of our emails are like our name, at thespeedway.com.
That's so cool.
And
that's so much swag.
It works because that's kind of the thing we're trying to build. It's not Mansfield Speedway. It's like an array of things, you know? So, I don't know. Kind of worked out.
An array of sunshine.
Yeah.
And now,
rainbows.
now that Leon has this job, he's like way cooler than he ever was. He has a girlfriend now.
Oh my
The
gosh.
Speedway girl. Anyway.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
All of them.
He was rizzing her for so long. When you first saw her.
Oh my gosh! When Leon first saw her,
dude,
can I tell the story?
You absolutely can.
Okay, so
don't overdo it though. Don't overdo it.
I won't
Don't make me
overdo
seem
it.
less cooler.
Okay. Well, he was not cool for a long time. And really until a specific event happened, but I won't.
I think you should talk about that.
Let's go ahead and talk about it.
Not get TMI.
I won't get TMI, but so we brought Miss Michaela in for an interview to be our Speedway girl. Now, Michaela has a perfect look for a Speedway girl. She knows dirt racing. She's been around it.
She was a delight to talk to.
And she was really excited about it. So Leon was upstairs and Robbie was, downstairs or something
Upstairs.
like
We
that?
were both messing around.
I yelled for Leon. I said, Leon, I was telling Michaela, I'm like, hey, you're going to have to work with this guy a lot.
So we told Leon to come down to come meet her, and he turns the corner, and I was like, hi, this is Liam. He's like, hi.
I don't think it went like that. Were you there?
No, you literally were like,
yeah, it was just like
and I'm like, say something.
However, there is an explanation for this. The contrast in the event that was happening. Me and Robbie were messing around, and my brain space was in a different
He had an
area.
entire
He was
staircase
thinking about Robbie.
and a corner to turn around, and he also normally sees people on a day-to-day basis. there's a lot of people around here, but for some reason he could not comprehend
He did that-
he's looking at the love of his life.
Yeah.
At the,
Yeah. That's crazy.
But he did that
And
classic,
later on-
like that classic, like white boy soft smile where he was like,
Yep. And then
That one?
later on, I'm giving him crap for it. He goes, well, I don't know what you wanted me to do. You had me come downstairs and there's a hot girl sitting there. Like, what do you want me to do?
Dude, that's crazy. I mean, listen, it is what it is. But.
and you turned like
Girls-
red.
Yeah. So Leon was still struggling as an insecure man. And then we went to Las Vegas and we took Leon to a strip club. And after that,
fully nude strip club.
yes, Little Darling.
Stinky.
More sound effects, please. Yes.
But we had Robbie DeVore on the mic calling the girls up on the stage.
You did do that.
We had Leon in the
fun.
back getting dances from the girls. And all of a sudden, after that night, he has been risen up Michaela until she finally couldn't take it anymore. And now they are going to
They're
be
an item.
an item.
They're the first Speedway couple.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for the first Speedway breakup in the entire operation.
dude.
So you have
Robbie is a hater, dude.
I'm sorry, I'm rooting for you, buddy.
Wait,
Robbie's
Robbie, you know
jealous.
what's funny about that is when I heard that they were a couple, I texted Leon, I'm so happy for you, but also if this ever goes south, you guys still have to work for me, so you have to figure it the fuck out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Texted me something else as well, but I don't know if we're allowed to talk about it. I'm just saying, you are a freak.
Oh my god! Oh my gosh!
Yeah, so,
This has been a fun little environment, fun little conversation.
Robbie, what other questions do you have while you're sitting across from me here?
Let me see here.
Oh wait, Robbie, can you talk about your new hobby?
Oh, I'm baking cookies, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, Robbie, I didn't get to try your cookies
You
yet.
sure as hell did, and I wasn't going to say nothing, but it is bothering me that you did not
wanna
try
You
it.
missed out on an absolute Gordon Ramsay meal.
You threw it away.
No, I ate it
No, we ate them.
like a fat.
No, it was a good cookie. It was a brown butter toffee cookie, and I think I'm going to start my own cooking show and make cookies the names of like dirt racing stuff. So like
Yeah.
the slippery.
Do you have
slide
any
jump.
more with you here today?
No, I don't.
That NASCAR reel you sent me where it's like those two guys in the kitchen or whatever doing something funny. Me and him messing around trying to make cookies. Crazy.
Just the initial thought of that, of you being in my kitchen, pisses me off.
Whatever, bitch.
I just like am picturing Robbie trying to wait. Leon's staying at my house. You can you guys can cook at my house.
Yeah,
I
dude,
have
come
access to a world-class kitchen.
I wouldn't call it world
but the
class.
same rules apply to you, Robbie, as they do to Michaela and Leon, which is no sex on my couches or our bedroom, whatever else
Which
you got to
bedroom?
do.
There's like 30.
Yeah, you do got a lot of bedrooms.
Yeah, but just not our primary
No
master bedroom.
fucking on the couches.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If I can find it, because I get lost in
Absolutely.
your house.
Not an excuse. Don't do it on the
You're right.
couches.
You're right. Absolutely right.
I will put up
Do you wanna come
cameras
over?
on the inside.
You want to come over?
This conversation took a turn, sharp left.
It is dark outside, so now we have to introduce Speedway After Dark.
Speedway After Dark.
I think that needs like a something.
Yeah, play some shit, Taylor.
There we go.
Not the right sound.
Right on cue.
Not the right sound. We need an audio track.
All right. So, anything else, Leon? Any final questions, Mr. Tifft, Mrs. Tifft? We got any final thoughts here?
Got a bunch of clips out of that, that's for sure.
That's
Good.
awesome.
How many? Hour 32.
Wowza.
What? Oh, you want to swap? Emily Walker, introduce Emily.
Emily needs her participation
Oh my
trophy.
god. Oh my god.
I couldn't hear you. There's sound effects going on.
So much going on in my ear.
Goodbye, ladies.
Joining the podcast now, the first ever. Super sorry.
The first ever.
No, joining the podcast now as the co-host. This is the Chief Operations Officer of Mansfield Speedway. This is Emily Walker. Welcome to the show.
How's it going?
Wow.
That's
Thanks.
so mean.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I'm bullied around here. Where's our HR? Oh, wait.
It's you.
It's me.
Well, like you can't bully her because you're the person that like says to her, you call her, figure this out. I don't want to call this person. That's
I know.
literally what you
But
do to her.
We
all
did that
day.
literally
I
2
know.
hours ago.
I love Emily. That's why I give her crap.
It's a family here. I think
it really is.
became a family fast.
Yeah.
Very fast. Oh my
The strip
gosh.
club really put it over the edge.
Oh, you think so? You think that was the?
I think that
I
is
don't-
a
Vegas
supreme employee bonding
was
experience.
definitely.
It was something. That's for dang sure. Holy cow, Las Vegas.
You know how like when people go on trips and stuff, they're like, Cabo isn't ready for us, or
Yes.
like Vegas isn't ready for us. I really feel like we stretched that. Like,
You think so?
yeah, I think like we could accurately say that.
I definitely feel that I wasn't ready for Vegas, though. You know,
I don't think anyone ever really is, but that was your first Vegas experience.
First Vegas experience. It was a lot of fun. Strip club was pretty cool. Casino, lost a lot of money.
You did?
No, like $400, but that's still enough.
That's a lot for Robbie. For someone that's never.
Yeah. I don't really gamble all that much. But
Yeah. You gamble, just not with money.
I gamble with my life. Woo!
You gamble with your choices in women.
There's nothing wrong with the ladies that I roll around with, Mrs. Diff.
Well, can you?
I don't
can
care.
you sign
Like,
my
it doesn't
shirt?
bother me if you sign tits. Like, ladies, if you're listening,
How
to
many
this,
have you
whip
signed?
them out. Please.
Yeah, only 2 sets. Actually, a surprisingly low amount. So we need to work on that this year, ladies.
I don't like. It doesn't bother me. It's just like if you're trying to hide it from your man's, like that.
Yeah, just be proud of it and confident if you're going to do it. Don't be sheepish about it. It's weird if you're sheepish. Like if you're going to do it, just commit to it.
Yeah.
I would also like to say that if there's any lady interested in having me sign their boobs, I'm down for it.
Robbie DeVore and Matt Tifft will be
Calling
signing
all those-
boobs in the campgrounds after the
Calling
each
all
race.
those meemaws for
Yeah.
Robbie.
Oh gosh.
I love the meemaws. Meemaws.
Exactly. So sign some meemaw titties.
Oh yeah, sounds good to me.
Hey, you know what we need to do though? We need to have like the bead throwing in the campgrounds like they do in Talladega.
Oh yeah.
1,000%.
Have you ever been to the Boulevard, Robbie?
What's Talladega Boulevard? I have not.
Wowza.
Never been to Talladega.
I think we need another team trip.
We gotta do that.
That would be very fun. I would like to go see that.
No, it's in April. It's directly in the middle of our.
We're going to be a little busy.
A little busy.
I'd like to say thank you to our guests today, Matt and Jordan Tifft. If you guys would like to follow along, go to our social media pages across all platforms at Mansfield Speedway. Also, give this channel a like, a follow, or subscribe. Leave a comment with any content that you would like to see in the future. And if you want any of the freshest merch that the Speedway has to offer, go to thespeedway.com and pick up that Club 57 merch. And we will see you at the track. First date, April 12th, 2026 for our test and tune.